Hey guys, I'm gonna do a small series on wet shaves. It's not really an outdoors thing, but uh, if I'm in the work week and I'm wanting to look professional, I do a wet shave. And if I've been out hunting for a long time, backpacking or whatever, my beard's a lot thicker, and the wet shave is by far the best way I've experienced on getting my weekend beard off my face. So there's a lot of different ways out there to try and get your beard, cut off. Uh, I've seen guys use clippers first and then go into a shave. Uh, it's really personal, preference, but I really like using it. It's actually better for your skin than your traditional cartridge razor, like your Gillettes and your Schicks and whatever there is out there, those disposable kind, or where you have to keep buying really expensive things. And this is actually a lot cheaper after the initial cost of getting your wet shave materials done. So I'm gonna kind of go over it, and the first thing is your lather. So you can use shaving cream, you can use shave soap. I prefer the soap, and it comes in a couple different ways. You can use your apothecary mug, and there's a hockey puck style disc of shave soap in there. There's also these little travel containers. A lot of guys use this just as their everyday shave soap, and that's going to be the one I'm going to be using. I'll kind of mix them back and forth. This is a better quality than the kind I have in the apothecary mug, and part of that is I bought the Walmart special kind of setup to start out with, and I've been slowly upgrading my stuff as I learn more about it. I've only been doing this for probably about 5-6 months maybe, but this is one I definitely take with me when I'm traveling, because it's in a travel type container for me, and it's a lot easier for me to transport. And I'm gonna be doing some things I know I probably shouldn't be doing. I know that the really like wet shave guys out there are probably gonna be kind of upset on some of the things I do, but this is what works for me. So the first thing I do is I start my water, and I want it hot. I don't want cold shave. The hot shave is gonna open your face up a lot better, make your hair stand up, and that's really what you're looking for. The next thing you need with a wet shave, whether you're using cream, even shave gel in your traditional like shaving cream that most guys would squirt in their hand and mix around, a brush is going to do a lot better job for you than what your hand can do. It's going to spread out evenly, and this is the Badger brush. This is not an expensive one. It works though, and I have my glass cup, hot water, brush, and I'll let that sit. What it's doing is it's opening up the Badger brush. It's going to make it more receptive to your lather, and that's really what you want, so that you can get a good even coat on everything, and you can actually get a good lather in your soap. So with that being said, don't want to waste a whole lot of water, and I know the sound's going to be affected with the size of the room I'm in, but I let that sit for a little bit. You can use a cup. It doesn't have to be glass. It can. When I go to a hotel, I take that brush with me. I'm not going to travel with a glass cup. I use the hotel coffee cup. You could use the plastic one. I think the hot water kind of, I don't like grabbing a cup that's hot when it's just like really thin, cheap plastic. So I use that coffee cup that they normally provide you, and I do the same thing that way. I know that some guys will just set it in the sink with the water running, and that works the same too, because the idea is that while you're taking care of like your pre face wash, taking care of kind of getting your, if you use an acne scrub or whatever you're using to wash your face with, gets that part over with while it's loosening up your brush. So I was thinking about using this one. I'm going to use it because I think it is a a lot better quality, but I'm gonna show you both. It's not that wasteful. Like I said, this is the cheapest shave you can get once you get past the initial cost, and the soap's not expensive. So I put the sink on and I put it to where it's just barely running. I still get the hot water, but it's not super crazy. I run it through and then I dump it out. So it's wet but not dripping. You take the badger brush and you squeeze it. That gets out the excess. And then you just work it in a circle like this. And the more bubbles you have, the waterier it is, and you don't really want watery because it's not going to give you a good lather. It's going to be too runny on your face. Just working it back and forth, getting a good lather. So the more you do that, the easier it gets. This does take practice. There is a learning curve. You know, I'm going to start my son off this way when he gets older because it is better for your face and it is cheaper. And I don't want to have to keep buying him a lot of expensive cartridges, and there's some cheapskate reasons why I'm doing it. But it's also better, and it makes you feel a little classier, if you want to know the truth. It makes you enjoy it a little bit better. So that's good. I'm going to set this behind me. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply it to my face. It's nice and thick. And you get a nice coat. When you do your mouth, just kind of close them. And that's it. I'm going to leave soap on the brush because this may dry it a little bit. I may need to reapply. So I'm going to leave that on there and just really work it until you're happy with the coat that you've got. If it's too runny, keep going until it's thick like you want it. And the difference between this and that is this is less messy than the way they've got it. Basically, you do it the same way. Mix. And, you know, the Prorazzo is, like I said, much better quality. I've got the one for sensitive skin, and the smell's a lot better. I'm going to add it on top because that's going to give it a really thick coat. And that's the lather. Not difficult, takes a little bit of practice to get it just perfect, but definitely worth doing. Whether you're going to use the traditional, whatever razor you're going to use, I would recommend using the brush because it is going to be a much better application. So I'm going to go right into my next video, but I'm going to stop it where it's at now so that if you are only doing the lather, you're not having to watch the whole thing. So like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and, you know, like I said, any time you have got advice or a question or whatever, just drop it in the comment section and I'll take care of that. So appreciate y'all tuning in. Tune into the next video where I'm actually going to go over the shave. So appreciate it, and we'll talk to you again next time.